Hello viewers, welcome to the eSpectrum online learning channel. This is our fifth session on Introduction to Python Programming. The different agendas that we will be covering in this session are concept of list, tuples, sets and arrays. Now, Python is basically collection of four different data structures which are supported. These are tuple, list, sets and arrays. Let us go one by. Okay. So list is basically a data structure which is ordered one, and you can store the different types of elements in the list. It is not necessarily it will include only integers or it will include only strings. It will include only floats, but multiple types of elements can be included. Let us look at the program of the lists to better understand the use. In Python, the list is created with the help of rectangular brackets. Let us see how the list is created in the Python through the program. Let us see how the list can be created in the Python with simple example. First example we illustrate is the creation of a blank list. List is always created with the square brackets. So it is empty list, we can say blank list, and we are printing it. The second that we will consider is list of some integers. Okay, list, creating a list of numbers. So I should append the numbers in the list. So let us append it as say 10, 20, 30, and we want to list display it. So it is a list of numbers. The third we will see is creation of say list having names. So it is creation of list having some names. So I should include some names. Let us include the names of some students. In the first two examples, we have displayed all the elements which are present in the list. So let us display only some few elements which are present in the list. So let us display the first element and the last element. Now how the indexing is taking place in case of Python is the first element gets the index 0 and it is sequential indexing. So if first element is having index 0, second element 1, third element will be 2. So let us display the first element and the last element. So it will be index with 0. Okay. And the second, that is last element, if I want to display, it will be list 0. That is list of 2. I will want to display the last element. Okay. And the last, we will store into the list some mixed data type. So let us have it as first name, second number, third say percentage for example, and I want to display the entire list. So if I save the program and run, let us see what we will be getting. So here if I observe, blank list is created, list with numbers is displayed, list with the first element and the last element, and the hybrid combination of elements can be inserted in the list. So this is how a list in the Python can be created and used. So here we are observing that list is the ordered structure. You can add, you can delete the elements from the list. Hence it is called as mutable also. Okay. Let us further see the second program. Okay. what it is doing. The different methods which are supported by the list are append, clear, copy, count, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse or sort also. So different functions, different methods have different uses, like sort will sort the list, count will count the maximum occurrence of a particular element in the list, clear will remove all the elements from the list, copy will copy the list into different variable, append is used to add the element at the end of the list. Let us see how these methods can be used through the program. Let us discuss some of the methods which are supported by the Python for the list data structure. Okay. In this program, we will see what are the different methods, that is append, how it works, length, sum and count. These four methods we will see in this program. So we have created a list with square brackets as some number, collection of some numbers. Now the first method is append. So how the syntax of method is? It is my list, that is name of list dot append. So the element that we want to append, we are getting it from the user. So I have a statement as input the next element you want to append in the list. Now the list that we have created is having all numbers. So we have converted the input into integer. So we have displayed further the updated list. So I want now the element x to be inserted into my list. Then what is the length of the list that we want to calculate? For it, the method is len. So the syntax says list length is length my list. So we have calculated the number of elements present in the list. So that we have done it here. Then we have calculated the sum of elements which are present in the list. So this is done with the help of method sum. So we have printed sum. Which list we want to include to add all the elements is my list. So sum into bracket my list is the syntax, and that we want to print it. Then we want to count which is the element in the list which is occurring maximum times. That number we want to detect, or we want to check how many times one is occurring in the list. So that can be done with the help of the list method, that is count. So it is counting the specified element occurrence frequency. Okay. So let us save the program and see what we get it as. So let us save, and if I run the program, it is asking me which element I want to enter. Let us say it is 30 I want to enter. So when I enter 30, the updated list is displayed. Now I want to count how many elements are there in the list. So you can check 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 5, 10. So number of elements are 10. Addition of these elements is to be done. So addition comes out to be 58. The number of times 1 occurs in the list, you can observe 1 occurs in the list. How many times? This is first time, this is second time, and this is third time. Okay, so it is giving me the output is equal to 3. That x is occurring, 1 is occurring how many times? 3 times. Okay, so this is how the different list methods can be used. Now the second program that we want to discuss related to the next methods is nothing but we want to now go through the different methods, like I want to calculate the minimum, I want to calculate the maximum, I want to sort it, I want to check the index, I want to take out, remove some element. So for this, the code we will see. So take the same example. It is my list. Some elements are there. I want to find out which is the maximum element present in it. So the method available is max into bracket my list. I want to calculate maximum element from my list. So it is max my list. Then similarly smallest element you can calculate, that is mean my list. Okay. Now I want to sort it. So I have used a method that is sorted my list. So I will be getting the sorting of the list. Now I want to find out index of an element in the list. So I want to calculate the index of element 4. Okay. So I will use the function method that is index. So my list dot index of which element? Element 4. Okay. Then I want to remove some element. I want to remove a element with index is equal to 3. Always you can observe that indices are starting with 0. Okay. So if this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So logically which element should be eliminated? I should eliminate 4 from my list. So I will be eliminating one element from the list. What next that we have done? We have cleared the list. Okay. So for clearing, you have my list dot clear. So if I execute the program, what I will observe? Let us see. So the largest number, as you can observe in the list, is 6. The smallest number you can observe is 1. Sorted list is displayed by calling a sorted method. Then index of 4. This is original list which is created by us. So the index of element 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is showing the index is equal to 3. Now which number is deleted with the help of pop function? Index 3 means again number 4 is deleted. You can observe 4 is deleted from the list. And with the help of clear, I have cleared all the elements in the list. So this is how the different methods with the list can be used. So next type we will see is tuple. In Python, second multiple element storage available is tuple. What is a tuple? Tuple is a collection which is ordered. Again, you will be having indices available in the tuple. The second peculiarity of tuple is once a tuple is created, you cannot change the elements. Means I cannot add the new elements in the tuple. So it is like fixed data structure we can say. The third peculiarity is it is unchangeable and hence it is called as immutable. You cannot alter the tuple once it is created. In Python script, the tuples are written with the round brackets. Means syntax is while creation I should use round brackets. You can convert the tuple into list, change it into list, convert the list back into tuple. So whatever changes I want to do, I can do it in list and again I will be creating the tuple. It is possible in okay. So tuple can have any number of elements and they may be of different types also. The different methods which are supported for the tuple in the Python programming are count and the index. Let us see the use of tuple through the program. Let us see now the program related to the Python tuple. Okay. Tuples in the Python are similar to the list, but there is slight variation that we will understand from the program itself. We have created two tuples here. The syntax of creating the tuples is we are using the round brackets. So it is G1 which is including the wheat, sugar, rice, pulses, Maggi. G2 is the second tuple example that we have taken, that is tea, coffee and milk. Okay. Let us print these two. The printing is same G1. Say if I print, then we want to understand which type of variable is created. So for this the format that we have is type of G1. Okay, so that we can understand what is the type of G1. Okay, if I want to know what is the length, so you have len function available, so it will be length of G1. Okay, let us save the program and run it. So what you are getting is, you have wheat, sugar, rice, pulses, Maggi. The type is tuple, class type is tuple. Number of elements present are how many? 5. Okay, so till this it is clear. Then I want to add these two tuples. G3 is equal to G1 plus G2. Okay, so the command is G3 is equal to G1 plus G2. Just we are appending these two. So if I print now G3, okay, what you will get? Save it, and if I run, you are getting the concatenation of two tuples. Okay, so it is after Maggi, tea, coffee and milk is added. Okay, this is done. Now if I want to access some of the elements available in the tuple, how to do it? The indexing is done starting with index 0. Okay, indexing is done with the starting index 0. So let us give it as 2 to 4. What it prints, let us check. I want to display the elements with index from 2 and colon 4. We don't know what will be the output. Let us see. What is the index? It is index 0 for wheat, index 1 for sugar, 2 for rice, 3 for pulses and 4 for Maggi. What we have used the statement? We want to print 2 colon 4. So if I run this program, what I will get? See here. If I run it, I am getting rice and pulses as my output. What I got? Rice and pulses. So rice and pulses means indices 0, 1, 2, 3 it displayed, and it is excluding the fourth. So if I want to display all till the last, I should give here 5. So if I run it, now you will observe the elements displayed are rice, pulses and Maggi. Okay, now next, there is concept of negative indexing also in the Python. What is the meaning of negative indexing is, if suppose I give here, I will be displaying -3 to 0. Okay, so indexing that we have seen just now, is 0, 1, 2. As I move on from left to right, my index positive increases. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And while coming back, it is -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay. So while going from left to right, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And while coming back, it is -1, -2, -3, -4. Width remains 0. So let us see what it displays. So you can observe it has displayed what command that we have given. The command that we have given is -3 to 0. So -3 means -1, -2, -3. So it is rice, pulses and Maggi again. Okay. See, it is rice, pulses and Maggi which is displayed. Okay. So this is the concept of negative indexing. So here if I make instead of 0 -1 and run the code, what I will get? So I get only rice and pulses because it is excluding the last index. Okay, it is excluding the last index. So Maggi is not displayed in this case. Now we have seen one term related to the tuple, that is it is unmutable. Okay, so suppose if I write a line as G1 3, okay, G1 3, that is third element, I want to add something into position third. So say I want to add Bajra. What will be the execution of this? So I get an error that it is not possible with the Python. So tuple object does not support the item assignment. So I cannot add anything in the tuple. That is the meaning. Okay. I delete this. Okay. I will comment it. Second operation which is not possible with tuple is I want to delete some element. Say if I want to delete some element. Is it possible? Let us run and check. See, again we got a message that tuple object does not support the item deletion. So we cannot update as such with the tuples. Okay, so that is the meaning we cannot change the elements available in the tuple. Okay. The next that we will be discussing is set. So set is collection which is unordered or unindexed. So it is collection of some elements but it is unordered and unindexed. Sets are written with curly brackets. The syntax says it should be declared with a curly bracket. Set elements are unique. Duplicate elements are not allowed. A set itself may be modified but the elements contained in the set must be of immutable. Understand this with some other details. Sets can also be used to perform different mathematical operations like union, intersection, or symmetric difference. Elements are available or not. To add one element in a set, we use the method add around brackets. To add more than one element in the set, we use the update method. To determine how many elements a set has, we use the len method. And to remove an element in a set, we use either remove or discard method. Let's see how the set can be updated. The different methods which are supported in the Python for the sets are add, clear, copy, difference, difference updates, discard, intersection, is disjoint, etc. It is working with the sets itself. Add means adding some elements. Clear is removing all the elements from the set. Copy is making a copy. Then discard is remove the specified element. Intersection is it returns some common elements if at all in the set. How the sets can be used through the program. Let us see how the sets are working in Python. We have created two sets of roll numbers, roll 1 and roll 2. In roll 1, we have added 5 numbers randomly, and in roll 2, we have added some 3 numbers. Okay, and just we are saying that these are some sets which are enrolled for some competition. Okay, so if I print roll 1, I will get the elements which are present. Now sets, the syntax is it should open and close with the curly brackets. Okay. What type of roll 1 element is that can be found with the help of type method, and how many elements are there in the set can be found out with the help of len. Let us see if I execute this what I will get. So see here numbers available are 4, 5, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, 4, 5, 1, 2 and 3. So it is unstructured. There is no sequencing as such. Although we had the elements as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it is showing randomly. And then also here you are observing that it is of type class. Number of elements present are 5. Okay. Now let us perform some operations on the sets. Let us first add some element. So let us add it into roll 2. Say I will be adding one number 3110. Okay. Then different operations like union, intersection, disjoint can be done. Let us start with union. Say roll 3 is the third that we have created. I want to make union of roll 1 and roll 2. Okay, union of roll 1 and roll 2. So the syntax is roll 1 dot union into round brackets roll 2. Similarly, if I want to have intersection, how it can be done? Say roll 4 will be equal to roll 1 intersect roll 2. So union is combining the elements into roll 3. Intersection is combining the similar elements, if any, present in the two sets. Okay. Then we want to check whether the roll 1 is disjoint or having some common features that we want to check whether it is disjoint or what. Let us put it into print. Okay, and let us print these also. If you want, you can add the statements as then roll 3 is union, so let us print it as union of two sets each. Okay, likewise intersection you can print it as intersection of two sets each. Okay, so here also we can print it as two sets are. Let us see what output we will get. So adding some elements in the set, then you are uniting the two sets, taking the intersection of two sets, and then checking whether two sets are disjoint or not. So double quote is missing. Save the file, run it. What I will get is there is error for the disjoint. Okay, let us skip this part, run it. So you can observe roll 2 added with one element, so you have added last. So whatever element that you add, will be added in the last. So union, you are observing, it is making the union. Observe that in both the sets the common element was 3101. So 3101 is only 1 times. In both the sets the common element is 3101, hence the intersection of two sets is 3101. Okay, this is how you will be performing the different operations on the sets. So from here that you can add the elements in the list, you can add the elements in the set, but you cannot change the elements which are present in the tuple. These tuple are called as immutable. Okay. The next data structure that we have is arrays. Arrays are used to store the multiple values in a single variable. An array is special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. An array can hold many values under a single name, and you can access the values by referring the index. Create an array containing the car names. If I want to create, I will be using it as cars is equal to and the names that you want to give it to. Again, length method is used for giving me how many number of elements are present in the array. So elements present in the array can be accessed with the help of loops. Arrays already you all are familiar with, you are dealing with in also. So different methods which are supported in case of Python are same as that of list. So we will not be again discussing a program on the array separately. Okay. Thanks for watching video. Please like, subscribe my channel. For further notifications, click on bell icon. If you like my videos, share with your friends. Python installation official website link I have given in my description box. Thank you.